If you have been playing Roblox for the past few years, there's been a lot of games you've probably noticed. Some were good, some were bad. You get the idea. Some were simulators, some were tycoons, some were PvP, RPG, combat, any kind of game. There were a bunch of games on Roblox because Roblox has over technically 9 billion experiences because that's how many accounts exist. However, if we're going to talk about real good experiences that are like actual games, there's probably a lot less. Anyways, if you've been playing Roblox last year, there was probably a lot of games you noticed. Like Bloxburg, Brookhaven, and Rivals. But another one in Roblox back in the early 2024 was BedWars. And this game had been alive since 2021, and its lifespan probably you do not remember. A lot of people don't really remember BedWars. What happened to BedWars? Why did BedWars player count go down? BedWars was one of the earliest games to start hitting huge milestones with a bunch of players and a bunch of visits. Myself used to always play BedWars a few years ago, but now it seems like everyone has abandoned it. But what really happened? Well, here are a couple things that have happened and why BedWars died. First off, we have to go back to what made BedWars fun. First, we obviously can't just go back to what made BedWars fun because BedWars isn't an original project. It's actually from Minecraft of Hypixel server, which has the BedWars mode. So now, let's go back to Minecraft. Now, I don't know when, but sometime in the 2010s, some people, who I assume are the Hypixel creators, decided, you know what, let's make a game. But not just any game, a different game. What you have to do is not like any other game at the time. You would have a base, a bed, and every time you die, you would respawn at your bed. However, you had to protect your bed. If your bed got destroyed, your team would lose. So what the players' goals was to protect their bed and get all the other beds. You would destroy beds and fight each other. That's all. Pretty simple, and that was it. Now, obviously, there were a couple other things, like a currency, iron, which you would use to buy upgrades, like better swords, better shields, and better pickaxes to mine beds, fight people, and have defense. Now, a few years later, shortly after BedWars was created, it started blowing up, and I mean blowing up. In COVID, it was very popular. And you know what else was really popular in COVID? Roblox. Now it's become a trend for Roblox, Fortnite, and Minecraft to exchange modes and gameplay. Like Steel Brainrot is on Fortnite basically. BedWars from Minecraft is on Roblox. You get the idea, vice versa. There's Minecraft's on Roblox. Fortnite's on Roblox. There's Roblox on Fortnite. You get the idea. There's a bunch of different games from each three of these games or platforms that are on each other that have a copy. And this also can be said with BedWars. And the developer by the name of Snixtrix and his team EasyGG decided, you know what, BedWars is trending. Let's make our own version. And they got to work. And they headed in. And by the end of the middle of 2021, BedWars was ready. BedWars was fully ready and it was done. And it was an instant hit. I mean, it was massive, like massive. It was huge. There were so many players all the time. And because there were so many players, BedWars actually had a CCU peak of around 300,000 back in 2022 or 2021. I don't remember which year, but they did. And they were consistently averaging 100 to 200,000, sometimes 300,000 as the years went on. Now, the thing about Roblox BedWars is that it had this system called kits that Minecraft BedWars did not have. Kits were basically something that would give your player an advantage. However, the sad part about kits is that they costed Robux, 400 Robux to be exact. So most people don't have Robux, and most people are free to play, so they can't actually even buy kits, which did make some people not like the game. However, it was still genuinely popular because of the kit system. As the years went by, they kept adding more and more and more kits. Now that we know why it's popular, why did it die? Well, the first part is horrible seasons. Yeah, it's no short. BedWars has the season thing, the battle pass, kind of like Fortnite. Its seasons last as long as Fortnite. It has a bunch of seasons, just no chapters. And as of right now, they might be on season 13. And when I think BedWars was peaking, it sort of didn't really know that much on how to make the seasons good. So the seasons were kind of buns, honestly, like after COVID. After 2022, the seasons start to get more and more repetitive, more and more boring, and I didn't really like them as much. Now that's fine because the game is still fun. But here's what happened. In 2023, at the end, there was a season that was really bad. But then in 2024, there was also a season. And this season lasted a long time. Season 12. It lasted until last year, mid last year, so maybe September to this year's maybe March. I don't know, but there was a season that lasted so long that it was just boring because I got everything in the battle pass and I'm like, wait, this isn't fun because the seasons became too long. They're currently still on season 13, I believe, and season 13's been on since, I don't know, a very long time. I do know that. And yeah, since the seasons stopped updating as much, a lot of people started leaving saying, yeah, they've been on the same season for 8 months, where I'm going to quit because they haven't added anything new. Most seasons usually last 3 or 4 months. The seasons now last 8 months. They last too long, so nobody really wants to play. Because what's the point? You're probably going to finish the season maybe in the season battle pass in around 4 months or 3 months, if depending on how much you play. And then you're just going to have that rest of the time to just do what? Sit around, play. No, people need something to grind for because that's the point of a lot of video games. Something to grind for. Now, also adding a lot of new kits, ideas were just really shitty. I'm gonna be honest, the old kits ideas were very good, very polished, very nice. The newer kits honestly just aren't that good, and they even upped the price of newer kits. The newer kits are a lot more. Most kits are only 399 Robux. The new kits are 490 Robux. 400, I believe it's 430 Robux, which is a pretty hefty amount of Robux if you're asking me. I think the old kit price was already bad enough, and then the upping it was also pretty bad. But all the expensive kits aren't even worth it. They're not even good. And also, something also happened. The game just had this really bad image because here's the thing. Not only were the seasons long, you know what happened this year? Brain rot. Yeah, brain rot took over the platform. Brain rot was everywhere. Everyone's mind was getting rocked by this thing called brain rot. And because of all these new brain rot games, I don't know, Grow Garden, Steal a Brain Rot, 99 Nights in the Forest, Plants vs. Brain Rots, all these games, a lot of people who played BedWars or other games would shift to these games because BedWars is not that relaxing. It's intense, and I feel it's super intense because of sweats and people who ruin the game, which sweats also were a huge part in the game dying because in 2023 I saw a lot of people with the username Tanker or something because of the Tanker YouTuber, and there was so many these people with these sad emoji avatars and them sweating in the games, making it hard for everyone to play and being real annoying. It was so much harder to enjoy it, that it got kind of boring as well. And yeah, even last year, Bloxroots and Brookhaven started to overtake it because the gameplay was much more simple because a lot of people on Roblox now are more simple. They're not as advanced as older games. Older games, in the COVID era, Jailbreak, I don't know, Jailbreak, Arsenal, Gunfight Arena, which, what the hell about Gunfight Arena? Sorry, but you get the idea. They're more complex than newer games. The newer games are definitely not as complex. And yeah, most newer Roblox players are definitely a lot younger, and a lot of Roblox players, since they're younger, do not want to be playing these hard, intense games. So last year, Bloxroots Brookhaven overtook BedWars. Then this year, Grow a Garden, Steal a Brain Rot, 99 Nights in the Forest were averaging 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, 16.5 million, 21 million, 25 million. And you get the idea. It kept going up. But BedWars, you see, it kind of went down. Now, BedWars obviously did live updates like a lot of games, except they wouldn't really talk to the people. But the thing about these games, the newer games, is that they actually talk to their fans, which I actually enjoy because they're actually engaging. The devs didn't really engage with the audience as much because in the new games that are popular, devs will server hop into players' servers to say hi to them and stuff. But for old games, would you ever see Snixtrix in the lobby? No, no one. Did you ever talk to Snixtrix? No. There was not really a creator program. In newer games, there are creator programs, the devs talk to people, and you get the idea. Anyways, hopefully you enjoyed this video. And you might notice my channel was not up for a bit. Yeah, I'll make a video explaining it. Anyways, yeah, hope you enjoyed, and make sure to join my Discord.